is good, everybody? Welcome to the Damn Dude Podcast.
Damn, dude.
This is Season 2, Episode 12. Oh, sorry, I would think I'm extra loud. My settings were tweaked. As I was saying, welcome to Season 2, Episode 12. This is the Damn Dude Podcast, where we have the conversations that need to be had in a way that'll make you think and say, damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, I mean. We're here to help educate, entertain, make an impact. And, you know, this show is ultimately about self-understanding and deepening that connection with ourselves and our life and the understanding that we have of life, because all problems are pretty universal. We all experience shit in a different way. Feeling sad is feeling sad. Feeling confused is feeling confused. Feeling depressed is feeling depressed. Feeling happy is feeling happy. Feeling joy is feeling joy. There's different routes and mechanisms to get to those feelings, obviously. And there is a commonality amongst all of them. So we're here to help deepen that understanding, have some fun, and do shit the right way. You know what I mean? And we also have the conversations that a lot of dudes are afraid to have. So this is us making the conversations normal, where it's like we fucking talk about our shit. You know what I mean? Those of you who don't know, I'm your host, California Cal. I have to start off by clarifying, because a lot of people hear California and they fucking tune out. I'm not one of those Californians, by the way. So if you know what that means, then you actually know what that means. If you have to question it, then you might be one of those Californians. So let's jump right in this biatch. Dude, so I feel very let down by an event that happened in my hometown of Mira Mesa.
I know Mira Mesa.
Mecca town. Yo, we're on some embarrassing shit over there. So I took my son to go over to Tet Fest, to the Lunar New Year festival. It's where they celebrate. If you don't know what that is, it's basically like Chinese New Year, Vietnamese New Year. It's all the same thing. Lunar New Year. That's, you know what I'm saying? It's just, that's what it is. Basically, how I relate to it is Chinese New Year. So anyway, you go to the festival, they got dancing dragons and all these different foods and models and all this different stuff going on, right? And I love going to this festival. So I'm so excited to take my son. He can finally like enjoy half the shit there, right? So we show up and it turns out that instead of it being just like the dope ass festival that it should be, this fucking place turns out it's a communist convention. So I say, like, you gotta understand when I say that, I'm like, it's a joke, but it's serious all at the same time, because yeah, they weren't being like, oh yeah, woo, communism. It's more, they're doing the act of communism. So it's basically this outdoor festival. There's a chain link fence. It's basically like this time they put the festival inside of the baseball fields. And the baseball fields have a small chain link fence all the way around it. And, you know, it's just an outdoor event thing. Normally it's just in the regular area. But this time they put it inside the little chain link fence in the baseball field, so that way they could use it as a checkpoint to check people in. And what they're doing is there's a huge sign in front of the whole thing that says proof of COVID vaccination or negative test required. So I'm like looking at that, and at first I was like, oh, what the fuck, that's whack. And then I'm like, wait a minute, you can have the fucking Brovid vaccination and still be Brovid positive, and you're allowed in. But if I don't go, it's a free festival, keep in mind, or negative test required to enter. One of those tests costs $10 a piece. So I have to go spend $20. I have to go leave, spend $20, come back, wait 15 minutes or however the fuck long those things take, present them to get into a free festival. So now I've just spent a whole extra half hour to an hour plus $20 just to get in because of this shit. Now, there's different resources. Oh, you could have a free one, this and that. But keep in mind, all the advertisements for this is just this, oh, hey, come celebrate New Year. Come celebrate Tet Fest, Lunar New Year, blah, blah, blah. Like, cool. There's no fucking shit on there that says, hey, make sure you come with a test. Make sure you come with your proof. Make sure all this shit, right? this is anti-freedom at its finest, dude. Like, how and why can you have the shot and have the virus and still be allowed in, but because I have natural immunity, I can't get in? I have to show proof, like all this extra shit. Like, bro, what the fuck are we doing? We don't check medical status of any sort upon going into fucking events and raves and sporting games and all this shit. Like, how many STDs are at the fucking Sun God Festival or the fucking, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's ridiculous. We're all outdoors. It doesn't even say mask required. It just says proof of COVID vaccination or negative test required. Like, homie, this shit's embarrassing, bro. Like, what are we doing? It doesn't make sense. Whether you're pro or anti or somewhere in the middle about vaccines, this is not right. Even if I was super pro vaccine, I would still be like, bro, that's not your business. Like, nah. You know what I mean? It doesn't work how they advertised it to work, how they told us it was going to work. If you can still catch it if you have the fucking shot. So what is the point? Yet, if I already caught it, I've got natural immunities to it, I literally can't catch it again. So what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? It's like the way I have it is safer than the person with the shot because there's not any risk or anything to me not having the shot. You know what I'm saying? It's like let me rephrase that. If there's any potential risks with getting the shot, I'm avoiding that. And if I already caught the shit, then I've got the natural immunities to literally not catch it again. You know what I mean? So it's like, what the fuck are we doing? So that just made me think, like, dude, my grandparents fought their asses off to fucking get to the United States to escape communism in China. Like, my grandpa snuck onto a boat when he was 13 years old to come to America and experience freedom and have that. And he's created that for himself in a major way. Imagine going to a new country at 13 years old with 50 cents to your name and not speaking the language. Like, what do? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? I'm 36 and you just drop me off in a new country with 50 cents and no language and no internet and no cell phones and no maps and all that. Like, my grandpa did that. My grandparents fucking worked really fucking hard to come to this country. So I look at this whole fucking thing and I'm like, dude, it's like, these are my people. Like, I identify with myself as Asian. Like, I get I'm half and I don't look it, but my natural identification to myself is I identify with being Asian. I step back and step out of that, but it's like, I'm like, dude, this shit is not right. Like, they risked everything to come here to not have to go along with this shit. Like, back in the day, like, if you watch old Chinese movies, when they passed the Japanese restaurants would have signs that say no dogs or Chinese allowed. And it's like, fuck, dude, that's fucked up. You know what I mean? So now it's kind of like the same thing again. And it's like, it's just to a different degree now. You know what I mean? It's like, so I have to have the shot or I have to go pay $20 to get into a free event plus wait an extra 15 fucking minutes. You know, probably 30 because I got to do the thing for my kid and for myself and all this shit. So, like, what the fuck, dude? That does not make any fucking sense. I'm all for keeping people healthy and keeping people safe, but that does not make sense and that does not do that. So if I show up with a negative test and then somebody with the vaccine is COVID positive, and now what? Now what? You know what I'm saying? It's like, so am I safe now because I'm negative, but that person's positive and now I'm around them? Like, what the fuck are we doing? That literally defies logic and anything that fucking makes sense. So seeing and witnessing that, I was like, man, this is sad. Like, fuck this, dude. This is trash. We vote with our dollars. They get none. They get no votes. So there's a lot of people. It's like, dude, growing up in Mira Mesa, especially in the time I grew up, it's an Asian town. there's a lot more white people and other type of ethnicities there now, but I mean, it's probably mainly like an Indian town at this point, but primarily for the most part is an Asian town, and was, I should say. And a lot of these Asian people still live here. And I'm like, dude, now I'm not saying this is the same thing, but I'm saying there is a comparison here. All the people who just go along with this, or the people who fake it, who have fake vaccine cards or fake fucking COVID tests or any of that shit, that's contributing and adding to the problem. You think, oh, I'm outsmarting him, I one-upped him, blah, 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 I got into the event. This is way fucking bigger than that, dude. And I've had people laugh at me for talking about this, and people who I really wish would take the time to understand, but I got laughed at. The thing is like, all right, go ahead and laugh. The thing is, this is way bigger than just getting into the fucking event. Way bigger than that. It's supporting what our fucking ancestors and family members fought so hard to come here for. It's like they didn't come here to participate in communism all over again. You're allowed in, you're not allowed in. You have to follow by our rules. You have to do it the way we say. All this shit's like, nah, dude, the point of the United States of America is to have freedom, to be able to actually be free, to not have to disclose all your medical information to who the fuck ever, or you know what I'm saying? Just some random ass people, like, dude. And it's like, oh, you could just show them a fake this and that. No, I'm not going to participate in that shit. There's no compromise on this. We cannot compromise on this. It's like, I know what I was going to say was, I'm not saying it's the same, but comparisons add up. And if you look at all these people who just blindly follow these rules and clearly see no issue with this, you can see how back in the day people got led straight into concentration camps. You could see how people got led straight into the gas chamber. Like, I stepped back, and I hate that this came through my head, but I'll just share it just because it's real. It's like, as I'm stepping back from that whole, looking at that event, I'm like, dude, all these people in here are the problem. Like, all these people would gladly sign up for the fucking, oh, you get your shower. Oh, these people would gladly, I'm not saying all, but if you're participating in this and don't see a problem with it and you're supporting it actively, that's being the problem. I'm sorry if that offends you. I mean, I'm not really sorry, but that's just the fucking reality of it. So when this fucking happens, I'm like, bro, it's almost like you could see how certain people just don't think outside of, oh, I got in. I got in. Fuck you. It's like that is contributing to being the problem. And that breaks my heart, dude, because it's like, so I can't take my son to go to this fucking festival without spending an extra $20 and an extra 30 minutes, even though we both have fucking natural immunity from this shit already? Come on, Chuck. Like, what the fuck? Like, dude, especially that's what gets me is like growing up in an Asian town, and the majority of our family, like a good majority of the people I went to school with, they themselves are first generation Americans, or their parents were, or their grandparents were. A lot of the people, like, that's as far back as we go as being American, or, you know, living in the United States of America. Like, a lot of our parents came here for freedom, for opportunity, not to just freaking follow along with whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? It does not make sense to just blindly fucking follow and walk right into the trap of what our parents, grandparents, great-grandparents fought so hard to come here for. You know what I mean? It's like that should be shameful. That's embarrassing. Like, it's not right. We're supporting some really whacked out shit. And I'm not okay with that, dude. Like, I keep speaking up, and I got the people saying this and that, and, oh, well, you know, the vaccine's supposed to help, and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, it's like, oh, it's not all vaccines are 100% effective. Yeah, that's fine. I get that. Fair enough. And it's not, it literally doesn't work the way they told us it was going to work. Do you guys remember, and you can pull these up, people have this shit recorded, how many advertisements and official people were like, oh, you get this one shot and you'll be protected for life. You'll be good. You cannot catch the virus. Now, how many people got the shot? Then one more, then one more, then one more. I don't know if it's up to 3 or 4 now. But dude, like, you just went along with all of it, even though the first part was a lie, and then the next part was a lie, and then the next part was a lie. Like, come on now. Now, whether it be a lie or just misinformation is like things getting called misinformation is like the new real problem, because half the shit that is being stated as that's misinformation is actually real factual information. And it just gets twisted and added to their whole weird narrative. So we don't fucking know what to do. So every motherfucker who's wearing their masks in the store, who's participating in these events, oh, you got to show your thing. Man, have a backbone, understand and step outside yourself and think, okay, this is bigger than me. My kids are going to have to grow up in some fucked up environment. My nephews, nieces, whatever. Like, is that what you want? You're literally like, by participating in this shit, we're showing them, look, just blindly follow. Shut up. Just inject shit in your body. Shut up. Just pay extra money to go into what everybody else gets to go in for free. Like, this is not right. You know what I'm saying? Now, a lot of people don't see it this way because they get to get in. Because they got the thing. They got the thing. They got the thing. So they are not viewing this as any sort of problem because they got to get in. And it's like, come on now. It's bigger than yourself, dude. Like, so many people out here are just out for themselves, and it's sad that that's the way it is, because this shit is bigger than just getting into the fucking party, dude. You know what I mean? It's like, how much disruption is that party gonna cause ultimately in the long run? So I believe when we see these things, no support. They get nothing. The people who are rude to me when I try and show up and I don't have a mask or whatever, and they're straight mean to me, excuse me, I'm not coming back. Plain and simple. I love supporting small business. I love supporting local business. And that's not it. You can't act like that and expect people to keep coming back and to stay in good standings. You know what I mean? There's some people who are so mean to me and so rude to me that, like, it's like, bro, I'm going to remember this. You know what I mean? Pandemic or not, I'm going to remember that. People remember how you make them feel. And all the times I got good food from you guys and whoever, and then you pull the rug out from under me, and all of a sudden I'm your enemy and I've been supporting your punk ass for how long now? Fuck you, dude. You're not getting any of my money again. I want to say all these places' names so badly, but I'm not gonna, because it's just gonna advertise them. It's like people can hit me and be like, hey, who should I not support around town here? I'll tell you. But I'm not gonna talk bad or whatever. I'm just saying this is who I do not support, because fuck that, dude. Standing for the wrong shit. You know what I mean? It's like I always thought this phrase was corny, but it really applies more than ever, which is like, stand for something or fall for anything. And that's realer than ever right now, because look how many people just got, oh, I'm just going to go get this shit. I'm going to go get the shot because it's just so I can see my relative, just so I can get into the whatever, just so I can live normal life. And it's like, dude, that blind compliance created the next problem and the next booster and the next booster and the next sign that says you can't come in and you can't come in and you can't come in. It's like, dude, so literally if I show up to this fucking event with 15 family members, half of us can't get in. Why? Oh, because you're medical stuff. Isn't that discrimination at its finest? It's like, that's like some old school club shit where it's like, you don't look cool enough, you can't come in. Your pants are too low, you can't come in. You're wearing a hat, you can't come in. Oh, you're wearing jeans, you can't come in. Oh, your shoes are wrong, you can't come in. It's like, it is a form of discrimination. It's like, yeah, you got to show up ready. You know, a place having a dress code is a place different from having a medical code. You know what I mean? Like, it's just absurd, dude. But that really is discrimination. It's like, you can come in, you can't come in. You can come in, you can't come in. You can come in, you can't come in. So half my family members can go in, half of them can't. or friends, or, whatever example we're using. That's not right. Plain and simple. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't see how, even if you're super pro-vax and you're super scared of the Rona and all this shit, like, how do you not see the bullshit that is also in existence with it? You know what I'm saying? It's like, I put myself in the shoes of like super pro-vax people. That's fine. But don't you agree this is still wrong? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, my little kid cannot even go into the fucking festival because of this level of discrimination or segregation. It's like a little bit of both. You got to stay on that side. These people get to enter. You got to stay on that side. These people get to enter. Even though these people can carry the virus and transmit the virus, they can transmit the virus just the same as anybody fucking else, and they're allowed in still? Tell me how the fuck this makes sense. It doesn't. It's some bullshit. So get up off that boot. We got a bread truck. Get up off that dumb shit. No, what is it? Get up off that crumb shit. We got a bread truck, so get up off that dumb shit. You know what I mean? Rest in peace, Pimp C. Because, dude, fuck the bullshit. That was so sad, dude. Like, that's one of my favorite times of years, Chinese New Year. I'm so excited about it. And they pull this crap, dude. Like, come on now. Granted, this was more of like a Vietnamese festival, but it's still it all encompasses the same thing. You know what I mean? Like, actual Chinese people and actual Vietnamese people were not offended by saying like, oh, Gong Hei Fat Choi, Happy Chinese New Year, or Chuk Mung, what is it? Chuk Mung Nam Ngoy? I think I might be saying that wrong. But you see what I'm saying? It's like, we're not offended by it, but we got other people trying to do this and that and whatever, play all this stupid games with it. I'm just, man, that was heartbreaking, dude. It felt like my people let me down. It felt like my hometown let me down. And, I tried not to, but it really hit me personally. Like, I took that shit personal. I was like, man, what the fuck, dude? Like, this is garbage, bro. This is trash. And I'm like, just having to check my energy and tell my son, like, bro, like, kind of sucks we can't get in, but it's okay. He's only 3, just turned 3, but it's like, he's looking at me kind of understanding the energy and the vibe and what I'm saying, It's just some fucking fuckery, dude. And I'm not a fan of fuckery. So, on that note, we're going to take a quick break. After these messages, we'll be right back.
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
California Cal.
What's good, everybody? I am your host, California Cal. That is me. I is me, and he is I, and I is him. But those are not my pronouns. Don't... I'm not a fan of the whole pronoun thing. I think that's so fucking stupid. Like, bro, don't. Oh, gosh. The whole pronoun thing, if you guys don't know what that is, it's like people will put in their like Instagram bio or whatever, like their name, and then he, they, she, him, her, him, he, they, thus, then, and when. It's just some foolery, some Chuck foolery. Dude, I haven't thought of Chuck Woolery in a long... Is Chuck Woolery still alive? I don't know. I remember I used to always watch all this shows. Dude, it was funny. So moving on to some lighter, funner, less communism type shit. So I took my kiddo to the zoo this weekend, and it was cool. My oldest son was sick. He's feeling better, but he kind of kicked back, stayed with mom, just got some rest. And then, so little man was with me, took him to the zoo, and dude, he had a fucking blast. He loved the monkeys. He's like, monkey? Dude, this really, if you got kids or you plan on having kids or you've got younger relatives in your family, this is some good stuff for you guys. So, one thing that I learned, and I'm always appreciative for the reminder when it pops up, is your kids, the kids, whatever kids are exactly perfect where they're at in the process. They don't need to be any more ahead or behind or any shit. Now, I'm not going into this like hippy dippy Californian shit, like, yeah, man, whatever. Like, Yes, I'm like that. I'm very woo-woo. At the same time, I'm very for what's real and understanding that hard work and discipline's got to be applied in order for shit to get done. You can't just sit here and close your eyes and it just shows up. You know what I mean? You got to do the work. So, with that being said, is all the kids are exactly where they need to be in the process of learning, especially if you got young kids. Now, there's stuff people can improve on and learn more and perfect and all that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about in the grand scheme of life. If you got a young kid and they're not talking yet, or they're not counting yet, or they're not reading yet, or they're not whatever the hell it is, that's fine. Just keep working. Just keep doing it. You know what I mean? Like, so one thing that's funny is like kids are a fucking trip. So yesterday, was it yesterday or the day before? I'm in this room and Rose in the other room, and I hear him, and I'm like, I forget what I was doing. I was doing something. And I overhear him and he's counting. He's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And he counts to 10 perfectly. And then he starts going through the other numbers like 11, 12, and then he's kind of starts getting them wrong, but he's doing it. And I was like, but what's funny is in real life, sorry, not in real life, but like in person when I'm like, hey, let's count. The way he likes to count, he goes 1, 2, 1. And then I'll be like, I kind of have to force him to be like 1, 2, 3, 4. And then he'll say it with me, but he won't do it on his own. So as funny as like I caught him secretly counting to 10 and more by himself when he thought I wasn't listening. So when he did that, I was like, whoa. I was like, dude. I ran over. I'm like, let's get counting stuff with him. And he just goes back to 1, 2, 1. I was like, bro.
Damn, dude.
Like, homie. So I say that because that ties back to what I just said, which is kids are exactly where they need to be in the learning process. We can't force it. Don't get upset. Don't feel bad, whatever. Like, Royal doesn't speak a whole lot, and he's kind of confused about words, and he gets frustrated with what words to use. But the thing is, he's learning like a minimum of 4 languages. So he speaks English, Spanish, Chinese, sign language, and his older brother's been teaching him the Japanese that he knows. So
damn, dude.
It's like he'll be like for example, like he'll be like, oh, like food, hungry. He'll be like, oh, agua, lalak. And it's like agua is water, clearly. And then lalak means carry or hold me in Chinese. So he's speaking like all these different things. And then other things he'll sign language and stuff. So the where we have a lot of issue is that like he's getting so many languages that he doesn't really know which one to use where. And then it's kind of frustrating for him because when he's with his mom, they're speaking English and Spanish. And then when he's and Japanese with his brother too. And then he comes over with me, we're speaking English, Chinese, very broken Spanish. And then when he sees my mom, she's speaking sign language to him, English, Chinese, sometimes Spanish, and even German. And then when he sees my dad, he's speaking Chinese and English to him. So he's just getting all these different languages. And it's kind of like, I see kids who are like 2 years old. My son just turned 3, who have like their vocabulary is like 10 times what Royal's is. But the thing is like, I don't really know exactly what Royal knows and doesn't know because he doesn't really, he's just like, I can tell him in any language, hey, do this or that. And it's like, he responds, he gets it. He doesn't speak it back yet though. So I realize that's kind of like a thing parents shied away from as people moved to the United States, is they would stop teaching their kids the language because it would, air quotes, delay their speech. So the thing is, I'm like, well, learning more languages and it taking longer for everybody else to understand you is not delayed. That's, I mean, maybe to you and your judgment where you think whatever should be, but at the same time, he's learning all these different things. So it's just going to take longer for it all to process. You know what I mean? Like for those of you guys who've taken on learning a new language or you speak another language, like you can see how fucking crazy and how much of a contrast and how different it all is just by the tones, the this, the that. Like every time after I see Royal, I catch myself stuttering and lisping more because I've been using, it's like it gives me the opportunity to practice speaking Chinese and to practice speaking Spanish. And I'm like, just like my words start getting jumbled. I'm like, damn, okay, like he's just now learning, but he'll know. It'll all separate and it'll each fall into each category it needs to as he gets older. So the same way, it's like he's secretly over there counting to 10. I'm like, bro, like what else do you know that you're just not letting me know? Like that you know. And a lot of kids are like that, especially like the type of stubborn he is. It kind of makes sense that he would do that. Like my little brother kind of was like the same sort of stubborn sort of kid or baby as him. And it was like my brother you can only overhear him. He'd be singing full lyrics to songs. He'd be like, you could overhear him saying full sentences, complete sentences and words. And then you're like, hey, what are you saying or whatever? And it's like, no. And it's just back to not letting you know. And then all of a sudden one day it just clicks and they decide to open up and they've put all the pieces together and they're like, boom. It's just talking, you know? And it's like, oh, holy shit, you know all that? That's fucking cool. So it's funny, man. So don't get down on yourself. Don't get down on your kids. Don't get down on your nieces, nephews, whoever is a little kid to you. Think about if it's not your own kids, well, even if it is your own kids, think about how cool, like your favorite parts of how your parents raised you and how can we give that to our kids? And if you don't have your own kids, but you're like an uncle figure or a cousin figure or just big homie or whatever, think about how your favorite uncles would treat you or listen to you or respond to you. It didn't really have anything to do with your level of intelligence or their level of intelligence. It more had to do with, oh, this person's fun, this person's cool. Like we remember how people made us feel again, right? So I think when we can provide that to our kids, then it just kind of encourages them to have fun and be expressive a lot quicker because they understand that you make them feel good, you know? Now, I'm not saying like, oh, we just need to have fun. Like, no, we got to get serious and have some discipline and all of that at the same time. And discipline does not mean beating your kids. That's like an old school thing. I notice people say, oh, a kid needs discipline. They're like, I'm not going to beat my kid. And it's like, well, okay, beating anybody or whatever. Think about this. This isn't really appropriate, but it's like, like a phrase to say, oh, this dude was beating his dick. Dude's beating off. That's not the same thing as disciplining your dick. Like, oh, shit. So, you can apply it to the Michael Jackson song. Just beat it. Just discipline it. It's not the same thing. It doesn't mean the same thing. So whoever the fuck still thinks those are the same things, it's not. It's a lot of like 70s, 80s, maybe a handful of 90s babies, probably 60s and so on babies who they hear discipline and they immediately see, hear, and feel a beating. And it's like, okay, yeah, a lot of my discipline was in the form of some ass whoopings. And it's not the same thing. Discipline is like, applies to everywhere with everything. It has to do with self-control more so, rather than not having any self-control and just getting hit. You know what I mean? People out there just hitting their kids, like there's something wrong with you. Like you're fucked up if that's what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, maybe a little fucking swat on the butt or the hand or something. Sometimes it's appropriate. All kids are different. It really depends. I'm not advocating or not advocating for any of that. I'm just saying it's like, you know, sometimes required, like, hey, that's hot. Like, psh, like, you know what I mean? It's not a whooping. It's not a beating. It's just like, whoa, bro. Like, it's protection. So, obviously, there's a fine line, and that could go many different ways. That really wasn't the topic or the point. But the point is that discipline exists in words, in sometimes letting them cry it out, and sometimes letting them just have a hug. Sometimes it's like all of those are different forms of discipline. Oh, finish eating all the rest of your food. Well, you have to eat this before you can have that. Those are forms of discipline. You know what I mean? So it's just fascinating, like how touchy of a thing discipline is, you know? So as parents and older examples for younger kids, we got to understand that discipline exists in many different ways, shapes, and forms. So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Our kids are perfect exactly where they're at and along this process, and it's completely okay. Some kids are ahead in certain areas. Some kids are behind in certain areas if you're comparing. But in the grand scheme of their life, they're exactly where they need to be. Just the same way you're exactly where you need to be. I'm exactly where I need to be. Otherwise, if we weren't, we would be somewhere else. Whatever lessons you're learning and you're enduring and figuring out, and if the lesson has not become a blessing yet, it'll get there as long as you're willing to be open and learn and accept that you're perfect right where you're at. Your kids are perfect where they're at, and those other kids are perfect where they're at, and whoever's perfect exactly where they're at in this lifetime. Not to say we can't have improvements, but the overall grand scheme of life, we're all exactly where we need to be. So it was really fucking cool taking Royal to the zoo with grandma, and I am shocked at how expensive the San Diego Zoo is these days. Like, holy shit, dude. Like, the last time I went to Disneyland, like, a long time ago, is what the zoo costs now. The food, the toys, this. I was like, are you kidding me, dude? Granted, it does seem like they're actually putting the money back into the zoo, and somebody's not just, I mean, somebody's pockets are getting stuffed, but you could tell a lot of it is going back into the actual place itself because they've built all these new bridges and things and this and that. And I haven't been in fucking forever. Oops, just drew on my shirt. And it was cool, man. They got bigger enclosures for some of the animals and, well, for a lot of the animals. Like, what used to be the big things are now like the small ones. And it's kind of cool to see that. It's like, dude, they're really improving this. Some of the animals look happy. Some of them are like, man, fuck this. You could tell they just want to be fucking out of there. You know what I mean? But it was cool. Royal lasted about half a day and then just was like dozing. He was almost out, but there was just too many distractions and he blew past his nap and he just had a complete meltdown. And it's funny because at the zoo is different than like your kid having a meltdown in the airplane or like a restaurant or like a freaking store or something. Because it's like all the people at the zoo, not all, but a lot of the people at the zoo, they're family people and their kids are like either 10 minutes pre-meltdown or 10 minutes post-meltdown. And like almost all the kids are going to have a meltdown at some point. So the way people look is kind of like, oh, like it's very understanding. It's not like, oh, you need to take care of your kid. Like it was very like, oh shit, sorry, bro. Like I know I'm up next at some point. That's kind of the vibe. Is like there's this whole understanding of like, yeah, dude, it's all good. Like we know how it goes. The zoo is a lot of walking. There's a lot of excitement, a lot of people, a lot of things going on. Fucking one kid with bubbles, another kid with ice cream, another kid with churros, another kid with his own toy, another kid with all the different things, you know, and it's like there's so much to be like, oh, I want this and that and this and that. So it was funny, dude. Like, Roy, he really loved the monkeys and the flamingos, and the turtles and like the water stuff. He was just stoked to see the water. Every time he sees water, he's like, oh, agua, beautiful. Like, because every time we go on a walk and there's like a river or stream, I point out, I'm like, oh, look, it's so beautiful. And then so he like, I don't know, he just loves that. It's pretty funny. But dude, yeah, he cracks me up, man. Like he's not a fan of all the extra shit. He's just like, whoa, bus, yellow bus, purple bus. Like he was stoked on the bus and like bubbles and the monkeys. Like he really loved the monkeys. It was just so cool. Yeah, man. So I'm just sitting there like, man, this is fucking cool, dude. I really appreciate that. It was cool to be able to get the hookup on some zoo tickets. I got to go for free thanks to my dad. He got some free zoo tickets through his work. And yeah, it was pretty cool, man. I was stoked. The zoo is pretty dope, man. I'm not happy with how all the animals are set up. Some of it kind of broke my heart. At the same time, I feel like they're doing good overall. Like, they're not really on some SeaWorld type of shit. They're on some, like, all right, like, we're really going to take care of and help save these animals sort of thing. So, I look forward to going back. It was a cool experience, you know? And it was so cool just to get to hang with little man. I miss my oldest one, Nate. I feel like I haven't got to hang out with him in fucking ages. And, you know, he's getting older and he's doing his thing. It is what it is. I can't really, you know... I get it. But yeah, man, just remember, we can't be judging all these kids and all this stuff, man. Like, they are our future. They're the people who's going to take care of us when we get old and crusty and all of that. So we got to make sure, not necessarily that we teach them right, but we lead by example correctly. And every time you go and support Commy Fest or putting your fucking face cover over your mouth and all this shit to go do whatever and this and that, understand the example you're setting. Think about how important and how much value a smile has. And to rob kids from that is sad. And I don't think that's fair. They deserve to see happy faces, smiling faces. We've gotten to a point where so much of the narrative in media is just such bullshit that collectively, I think we're all fucking over it, dude. A lot of my moms I work with, they're getting pissed. They're fucking done with it. It's just quite ridiculous at this point. So, yeah, man. So on that note, I got to get ready for work. I'm kind of running behind. I hope I can get this episode up early enough so I can get out to work on time and then get in my run and this and that. So yeah. Anyways, it's been wonderful talking, you guys. Please leave us a 5-star written review. Go tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a cousin to tell a brother to tell a mother to tell a father to tell a grandparent to tell a mother to tell a son to tell a to Telemundo. Oh, man. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for helping keep this a top 10% show out of what's nearly 3 million podcasts in the world. We appreciate it, guys. It's all organic. No commercials, no bullshit. We don't waste your time. Just pure, raw value. Have a beautiful day, guys. Much love. Peace.
Damn, dude.
Damn, dude.
Peace out, Brussels sprout.